Hello people, and welcome back to the Manor Lords Survival Guide. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Part 7 of our Manor Lords series, everyone, welcome back. We are back in the province of Eichenau, which you guys actually want to be renamed to Egenhau, which we'll do today as well. So that should be fun. But welcome back everyone, the game now is finally out for you all. 1 million sales, 170,000 peak players. Roaring success. Love to see it. All the success and love to Greg at Slavic Magic for doing this. Look at it. Beautiful, isn't it? Hope you're enjoying it. Welcome back, everyone. My love for this game is endless. And now, since the game has launched, there has been a small update. And the trading post has actually had a little addition here as well. It now has opening and closing doors, which is very cute. However, because of this, it now has a different footprint and it's not actually connected to my King's Road here, which is a bit of a problem. So we need to build another trading post and then demolish this one. So I think we'll put it over here, right? Let's come ahead into our trade and we'll get trading post number 2. And we'll build this one here. Let's make this top priority. So while that does go on, what I'm also interested in doing today is having a major population boom, especially in Egenhau, which will be renamed forthwith. Superb. Now we have Egenhau. But yes, we will eventually go to war with the local lord. However, we don't really have much of an army at the minute, and the mercenary pool at this point in the game has now dried up. So we don't have any mercenaries, which means we must stock our entire army ourselves. So we're going to have a major population boom in Egenhau, I think. So let's get started with some relocation actually of our forestry. So examining the province now, we've deforested all of this area here. The city will now grow into these spaces. So I think we'll probably relocate our forestry operations onto the edge of the town here. Deforest this one, and then start deforesting the border to Waldebrand as well. Cool, so let's have a little relocation here. Let's grab ourselves the logging camp. And I guess we'll cluster everything around the iron mine here. Have a bit of an industrial part of the province. Forester's Hut can also come over as well. Well, again, let's kind of combine these. This one's too steep, is it? Okay, so let's have you. Then we'll also move the saw pit as well. This can come over. Let's have this just adjacent to our mine. And we'll probably move the woodcutter's lodge as well, I think. Which has actually deforested a fair bit of land for us to expand over here as well, which we'll have a look at today. I really want to just grow population today. See if we can start pushing maybe toward 500 people, hopefully. Lots of new houses. And then the woodcutter's lodge can perhaps sit just next door to here. This should be a really cool looking little industrial complex actually once that's done. Which is very nice. At least there's a ton of supplies over here, isn't there? Also an opportunity then to perhaps look at another ox. We only do really have 4, which isn't a vast amount, to be honest. How are we doing for storage space here for stables? 2. Yeah, I think we just have more storage space as well, or more stable space. We'll order another ox here. Cool. So here's that second trading post going up now. You'll see the new animations on it. They've changed since obviously we started this save in the content creator early access, which is a different version now, of course. Now we have animated closing doors, which is just wonderful, isn't it? Updates already. We love to see it. So yeah, this trading post now can just simply be demolished. It does not need to exist anymore, and those 4 families can go back into trading. We'll also give the advanced permanent livestock here, which should give them 2 horses, Heights and Peter, of course. And now our trades should all resume. Double make sure we've actually got everything here that we should be selling. Yeah, we are still importing meat. I think once we get... we have exposed goods. Yeah, that's just going to be taken up, that's fine. Let's also add some more families into the granary here as well. I want to make sure everything's fully stocked around here. We're not currently processing any hide in Egenhau, which is fine. The tavern's all well stocked. Everyone's happy here, I think. So let's start with that population. Let's start getting it growing. So there is a marketplace here, so we will add some more burgage pots in this way. So we could fill this area just like that, but I think I'd rather the homes sort of face into the village this way at least. Now 4 of those have also got extended living space as well, which is quite handy. Let's go for that. Over here too, we also have some pretty unique space, don't we? Let's draw a road against the map boundary here so we can treat it as a way to box in our burgage plot. And let's have these all facing onto that main King's Road as well. How about 1, 2, 3? Some real big plots there for growing veg. Of course, with this population boom is also going to come an increased demand on everyone's resources. We want to make sure we don't start dropping too far below happiness. I wonder if it also benefits from some more animal pasture space out here as well. Let's go ahead and do that. We will just have this one run. Essentially, just along the edge of town, maybe against this tree line. How about that? And then we'll have a road that cuts through this one here, which will probably go into the forest eventually. And then we'll have a little bit more pasture space here as well. Really want the aesthetics of Manor Lords to play a big part in how we just go about building the village, you know. There you go. So as you're walking into the city now, see the spires in the distance of the manor and the church, and then sort of fields of livestock as you walk past. Wouldn't be averse as well to a field or two here, you know. I know we said we wouldn't do much farming in Iconar, but we could just fallow it for years, you know. Let's give it a try. We'll also get involved in packmasters and mules today as well, I think. Yeah, let's just have a little field here, and let's just leave that in fallow, okay? We'll see how that goes. Splendid, but this must be now restocked. Yeah, we've got 3 people here, and let's set their advanced working limit. So we will open up our huge radius and say, yeah, basically everything, yeah, just work on deforesting this area. And then our forester will also replant it as well. And it should be a fairly infinite supply. Let's get those woodcutters lodges back as well. Don't forget, these guys did have market stalls, so we want them to go reman them again. And same thing as well with our relocated forestry operation. So let's have that one over the same distance. We do have no farmhouse. Yeah, that's fine, we know. We're just going to let that fallow, I think. It should still fallow, I guess, right, without a farmhouse? Yeah, I think it will. So we'll just leave it for a few years anyway. Now, all these houses are coming up over here. That supply of timber should start kicking in again soon as well. So once we have all of these houses in, I would definitely like to start getting them extended living space upgrades again, which all cost timber. So we're going to need to start doing that pretty soon. Thankfully, all this timber over here is just being dragged over, which is nice. Which we might as well continue to make use of that whilst that is over here. Let's grab another burgage plot, and this can go... Wouldn't mind doing another little circular bit here, actually. Why don't we do that? Let's have a little roundabout in the middle. Cool. And then we will build some really quirky plots here. Let's do like... Yeah, that one's perfect. Have another one here. It's just such a great zoning system, isn't it, guys? I hope you've all enjoyed it. For those that have picked up Manor Lords, I'm assuming if you're watching the Manor Lords content, you are one of those beautiful people with fantastic character. Not super happy about that one there, is it? Let's maybe do this as a separate build. That's just not enough goods, yeah. We've just used too much timber. Let's let time trickle on though, and we'll spend some time with the other settlements while Iconar's province continues to grow. So before we move on to another province, let's have a look at just bringing in some of these spare families into jobs that are needed. I noticed we're not really producing any large shields, so why don't we have a look at actually bringing in a new artisan. And we're also not that far off medium town as well. We just need a couple more level 3s, which we'll have once we have the timber, of course. So I would love to bring in another artisan somewhere. Where can we possibly squeeze this in? Let's have a look. Let's go for maybe one of these houses are good at being artisans, aren't they? Got Burger's got level 2 here. So we could go for a joiner's workshop. He's going to give us some large shields, which our army's going to need as well. And let's just have a look what our blacksmith is also focusing on here. He's doing spears at the minute. We do have a decent amount of spears, so... How many sidearms do we have too? Only 10. Yeah, let's shift back to sidearms for a minute then. Oh, I really love seeing this King's Road getting enclosed now with houses. It'll be a really cool walk down Main Street eventually one day, isn't it? We'll finish our episode there today. It should be a lot of fun. Wonderful, yes. So, burgage block upgrades. I'll have 1, and I'll have 2. Now let's wait for those extra timbers to come back in again. Hopefully our forestry is now starting to pick up here again too. It's not too far a walk for you guys, is it? You definitely want a little path across there, don't you? Do that. Make sure we also connect all these guys in too. Important for carts to get over here, etc. There we go, just everywhere. Where people would walk around this little forestry complex on the edge of the town here. As the people begin to move into the new forested landscape, or deforested landscape rather, isn't it? Wonderful. Burger spots, and that should be the 3 that we need in order to get up to the next town, which will give us a new specialization point, which I don't know what we're spending that on yet today. We'll have to find out, of course. But otherwise, all our new houses here are more than happy. We definitely want to be getting these back garden upgrades in. Vegetable gardens probably here. Also the same with our new houses. Definitely when you've got these long plots like this, the vegetable gardens are definitely worth it. Don't neglect eggs as well, of course, though. Let's get that expanded living space as well where we can afford it. That's definitely something we want to cram in. We just want as many people in here as possible. Really bring the footprint of the town out today. Possibly here as well, you know, maybe we can get some really interesting burger designs here. Bring down another little internal road square for them. The food is still absolutely fine, isn't it? It's doing really well. It's only going to continue to get better as well, thanks to the vast amount of regional wealth we have now from trade. And to keep everyone here with different upgrades, chicken coops, goat pens, etc. And make them as self-sufficient as possible too. There we go, a new market store's appeared over here now, which is wonderful. That's starting to give them their firewood supply too, isn't it? Really what we like to see. How about another granary? But what is it these guys are lacking over here? It's clothing supply stall, isn't it? So we could bring in another tanner, that would help. But we don't really, I mean these guys aren't even working at the minute, are they now? I think because the supply of hides from this province is so low, because we only have 20 wild animals, and it's not a rich deposit, for this size population I think we should be importing some pelt now. But let's go into our crafting materials, and I want to start importing hide. And let's say a minimum surplus of 50, that should do it. And we will also open the trade route as well, so we get the dedicated travelling merchant. Of course, we got the technology in this province, so we should really get that for everything we do anyway. Cool. So that should start importing some hide for us, which will then allow me to probably add another family into the tanner once that supply starts kicking in. It should then hopefully open up some more clothing supply stores for these people too. Cool, so this is all wonderful. Let's stop over by the other provinces while all these burgers plots go up. Oh, would you look at that? We're in the middle of a massive wheat harvest. And, let's get a screenshot of that, shall we? That's very cool, isn't it? Let's we got someone in the fields here. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want, isn't it? With the stacks of wheat there in the field, all fenced in. Wonderful, huge wheat harvest going on at Gold Off, everyone. Quite exciting, right? So let's make sure it's being processed. We also need to do the same thing as well here, don't we, with the trading post, actually. You need to do that with all of your trading posts as well. Well, I guess it's probably only if you played in the early access version, I imagine that bug is present. So you guys probably won't have to do this. I think we might actually move the trading post here. I think we might put it more down this end, where we've got a little bit more infrastructure. We'll have it down here. So this grain should be being processed. We do have exposed goods at the pantry, that's fine, that's just what we've moved. So this should all be being stored here. Let's get some more families out in the field. Barley's also being harvested here too. So now seems like a good time to go ahead and invest in the pack station. So let's have someone here. And I want you guys to send barley to Eggenhow. Now Eggenhow has an incredible amount of berries. So Eggenhow should be able to afford those spare berries. We do have an absolute ton of them. And then we can send that back to Gordoff in exchange for barley. Which then means Eggenhow, not Edinburgh, just in CS2. It can then support its own brewery by importing those over here. So let's get one of these houses here. Let's upgrade this house here in Eggenau, and then this can become our brewery extension. Fabulous. You guys okay yet? Oh, you haven't been upgraded yet, have you? No, we need the planks. So let's make sure we stock our saw pit in Eggenau to keep those planks coming in so we can get the upgrades. But yes, that should allow the pack masters to start moving. Let's have a look where the people are. He's transporting. Where are you? You guys should have a mule. We need to order a mule? Maybe we do. I think she's walking by herself, isn't she? Let's see where she goes. She's getting the barley directly from the field, isn't she? Which is fine. Because it's easy if you get it from the granary, though. Cool, so yeah, we're going to make sure all this wheat is being harvested. 47 grain here. Really cool watching all the people in the fields, isn't it? So huge wheat surplus today. Let's make sure we bring our trader back in as well, because we were exporting bread here, weren't we? We were indeed. Which we can afford to also establish the dedicated trade route for now as well, so we'll do that. And that's going to just sell a huge amount for us, isn't it? That bakery extension seems to just be producing huge amounts of bread. With 3 fields of wheat coming in for harvest this year. I mean, you guys are grinding, are you okay? You should be coming in to get the wheat here. Maybe it's because it's not all harvested. Everyone still wants to work. Also, we have our first mule over here as well, which is exciting. Let's have a look what the people in the pack station are doing. So they're currently bartering. Cool, so there they go. I don't know why they didn't take their mule. You guys do have it. Oh, there you go. Thomas is getting the mule. Thomas is switched on. He isn't going to walk with all that stuff, is he? There we go. So he is taking barley in exchange for berries to Eggenau, which is very cool, and the other traders are also heading there as well. So he's off on an adventure, everyone, as he passes by the fields of workers who are currently sowing the year's flax, which is very exciting to see, isn't it? Just love to see that. walking out the village with his mule. Just incredibly exciting, isn't it? It really is. There's the ox as well, having to plough the fields. Really love to see that. Yep, there you go. Plowing all that one there. They could do with your help over here though. The busiest whole time in Gold Off, isn't it? Harvest season. Cool to see, like, you know, seasonality really tie into the gameplay like this. Like, during the autumn, during the ploughing and sowing seasons, you're going to see people out there. The sheep have moved into a new field. Thanks to the upgrade we got last episode as well. It's incredible, isn't it? Look at that for like a busy working farmscape. That's just so wonderful, isn't it? Hmm? Sheep in the fields, an ox helping to plough as well. Just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. How is everything in Zvio? Everyone does seem to be okay. We've got big old vegetable gardens here as well, haven't we? It's very nice to see. Looks like some people here could possibly come up to level 2 and we can bring some artisans in maybe. Although some extended living space would probably be needed for that. But otherwise, supplies, everyone doing very well here. We can probably begin to export some food here actually. We do have 28 months of it available. But otherwise, it's a pretty self-sustaining settlement, isn't it? A nice one, Zvio. I do like it over here. And then that brings us finally back into Eggenau, where we do have an empty work area. Which is just where our foragers have run the resource dry. That's fine. Let's take a family out. Cool, so all these houses now with those extended living spots. Let's go ahead. We should have a decent supply of timber now. Yeah, let's carry on with the mass residential expansion in Eggenau. We will carry on from... We had some space here, didn't we? Yeah, so let's do one here. There we go. So, kind of the wider spaces we can get here, we can get those extra living spots, which is indicated by the little house with the plus icon, by the way. And the house with the hammer in it indicates that there is room for a backyard extension there. And definitely over here as well. I want to start seeing some people kind of around the church. I want the church to be kind of the center of the village alongside the manor, so we want to start surrounding on this side really. Now let's reduce the number of houses there. Let's just do that as one. And then let's see if we can fill this really awkward spot there. Look at that, isn't that great? This is so cool. Let's just leave that one open, I think, actually. We'll leave that one there. Also a storehouse over here. Definitely let's start manning this. That's going to help bring some more marketplaces over here, which I would like to establish. So why don't we have... We're also going to need another well, so we might as well get that down. Yep. They are all in the same place, but of course we're restricted by underground water. And then we also want more marketplace, so why don't we have this... Yes, here. Right by the granary and the storehouse, so it should be pretty well stocked all year round. We should also have our joiner's workshop ready now too. Where was that one? Joiner's shop, there we go. So this is an artisan. They are currently focusing on large shields and using planks for that. We don't currently have any planks. Guessing that's just due to ongoing house upgrades, isn't it? Because we're trying to upgrade these two, aren't we, to level 3. So maybe let's start importing some planks. Just for the time being. They're very cheap. Let's go import, and I don't ever want to drop below, say 50 right now. That should be good, I think. Open the dedicated trade route as well. No reason why not. Here's all our ox as well now cutting through this forest. We need to stock the forester's hut as well. Let's not forget about these guys. Can you guys just constantly reforest this immediate bit near the rest of the camp? That should help. And we're getting those planks in as well now. But that means we can finally bring up our last 2 level 2 houses into level 3. I wouldn't mind getting maybe some larger level 3 burgage plots near the church as well, actually. So why don't we plan for those to come in? Let's have... How awkward is this one going to be here, I wonder? Oh, yes, how about that one? Yeah, that seems really cool. I love how it bends around the roads like that. Let's get that one going. And meanwhile, let's keep up with our old ones as well. Extra living space, absolutely. Really cram the population in here. Over here now, these guys are all growing up. Let's give you... What does the economy need at the minute? Do we want more eggs? How are food looking? Eggs are coming down a little bit, so maybe some more chicken coops might be welcome. Of course, with vegetable plots too, which are seasonal, but more we'll have, the more it will get when everything gets harvested. Cool. So this is what I really want to start seeing now around this town. Guys over here are doing good too. Cool. So let's build those large shields. We're going to have both joiners focusing on large shields. Here we go, which are taking planks, which again are starting to come in now thanks to the trade route. I reckon we'll also upgrade our large storehouse here as well. Nice to see Eggenhow growing out here, isn't it? I reckon we'll also help out our importing, or our making of shields by also importing some as well. Let's bring that up to a 50 surplus too. We already have the trade route, of course. We are still exporting our warbows as well. We should have enough warbows really in storage. Let's have a look. Yeah, 48. Yeah, it's really just those large shields we're missing. So this should hopefully help us stock a few more archers as well, which will be nice. I think what I'd also love to do as we begin expanding the town of Eggenhow is try and factor in some trees, because detailing and placing your own trees isn't really a thing in the game yet. So I think if we can be creative around where we allow houses to grow, we can kind of create our own parks, if you like. We'll see how it turns out. Bring some more burgage plots into these spaces. And I guess this one over here as well would be pretty cool. We are actually pretty close with the border to Zvaya here. I would also like to connect some roads. Let's have a look where they go. So we did have one here. Let this one come down. Eichenau, or Eggenau now, is now in a very defensive position, isn't it? You can kind of see the elevation it's on here. It really sat on the hill, the town here, isn't it? And when you kind of look further away now, You just sort of see the church sat on the top of the hill there, can't you? As the town grows really big. I really want to start getting all this space filled out today. Let's have a look how people here are doing for demands. Yeah, it's really clothing supply that's a problem at the minute, isn't it? We are processing a decent amount of hide now. Let's go ahead and open up another person in the tannery to start processing that. And how are we doing for clothes at the weaver's workshop too? Yeah, there's plenty of yarn being produced here. It's all being sold on the market as well. Yeah, this has been earmarked for marketplace. Tired goods has been fine. Work area is empty. Yeah, it's fine. You guys are still producing herbs though, so we don't want to remove them from the building because they do have the extension for that, of course. I guess we should also build the farmhouse, shouldn't we? We're going to need it eventually. Let's go into farming and we'll grab farmhouse here. I think I'd rather have this one kind of on the way into town if we can manage it. Maybe here it might be quite cool. Fantastic. So with more people coming in, especially if we're going to start moving our current existing level 1 houses up to in and around 3. And then we want to make sure that those food, clothing supplies are also going to last as well. Feel more regional wealth in all these houses too. Lots more vegetables on the outside of town here where we've got these larger plots. Of course, with the extra living space as well, every house that can sustain it should have it really. Fantastic. We do also have some other houses on the edge of town here struggling with clothing. That definitely seems to be a recurring theme, doesn't it? Hide and leather should be both being made in plenty enough quantity. I think that could just be a distance from market thing. So why don't we have maybe another smaller marketplace here just behind the tavern. We did once have our trading post as well. Wouldn't mind finding another building to fill this space. So we do need the malt house, don't we? Because we are starting to hopefully receive that barley now via a trader. Which we do, yay, there we go. The barley is now being sent to Eggenhow. Wonderful. It all came full circle. Finally. Cool, so that is tremendously satisfying to see. That barley production, where did that go, I wonder? Is that still being stored in the farmhouse? Is it even here? Oh, it's all gone, has it? So if it has all gone, what happens with the people in the pack station? Yeah, they're now waiting, aren't they? Well, what else could we exchange from here? Leather actually might not be a bad shout during the winter. Why don't we send some leather over to Eggenhow? Why don't we do that? That's a 2 times barter value. So when you're moving things between the regions, the exchange value of the goods needs to match. For instance, if we're exchanging iron at 14 silver per unit and firewood at 7, then the barter value is 2 times. So we'll get 2 firewood for every iron. So in this case, I guess they're getting 2 berries for every leather. I'm assuming that's how that's going to work. Because the rich animal deposit here isn't even flinching, is it? It's still at 36. Yeah, I was going to say maybe put another person in there, but honestly, we don't need it. There's so much food in this province. With that in mind, then hopefully, yeah, there you go. They're going to start transporting again now. So I'm happy with that. This province should now be getting berries as well, I guess. If they're not immediately being eaten. We don't have the pack master stock here, do we? Pack station, no. We could buy a mule for these guys as well, but I really want to get the boxes in, to be honest. Oh, this is looking pretty sweet now, isn't it? I don't know what we'll do with this space here. Probably like to save this, but potentially some more market action. Also fuels over here, clothing as well. We could also add in a tailor here. Enables production of clothes, cloaks and gambesons. We don't have a tailor in the town yet, so I think we will do that. Up to 207 people now. Fuel a possible concern in the future. That is with 3 woodcutters as well. Perhaps time for another woodcutter at some point. I might actually do that over here. I wouldn't mind clearing out a little bit more forest. So let's do gathering. We'll have a woodcutter's lodge. Let's say this slope is all a little bit too steep here, is it? Let's go for there. We'll bring this one in for right now. I'd like to start clearing this to eventually be home, so then we can have kind of Bergie's plots sloping up the hill back into central Eggenhow. With the timber, that's now back. I definitely wanted more houses out here as well. So let's do that. Really want to get that population as high as we can today. So certainly like them facing into this inner circle, and let's do some big houses like this. Let's get them right up against the back. Cool. So we no longer have missing equipment warnings on our troops now. We got quite a few more in stock. I also believe archers have received quite a bit of a nerf as well, so we'll look forward to seeing what they're like. In terms of what the political future look like, so we can talk to the outlaws. Where we can call the raider a dog. Should we do that? Another dog has crawled in here. Let's just call him a dog randomly. Let's see how that turns out. And then with Hildebolt here, we can request funds from him, or we can declare war. I would like to claim Waldebrand as the next province, I think. I'd really like to start isolating him. Of all the resources we have yet, we don't yet have Rich Stone, which is the last one remaining here. We have not also sent another party to Imonroyd as well, have we? So why don't we have a look at building over here? Could send that other settlers camp. We've most certainly got the regional wealth for that now. But the only thing I'm really interested in here, I don't particularly care about the claystone or iron, but the rich berries and rich animals I think are really going to help this province grow. So I want to try keep it more of an outpost. Let's go here. Let's just do... Let's give them plentiful just so they can survive, because they've got a ton of stuff here. So with the amount of people, we want to give them the absolute basics. So have a granary to store the food. We definitely want the hunter here too. It's kind of the only reason why we're here. So have that on there. And then storehouse as well, of course. Pretty essential. We'll also give them some market space too. Have this like right here on the corner. And definitely want to spend upgrading this to a workers camp as well. Which it does say that this is appropriate for outposts. So yeah, can't be expanded and may cause loss of approval. Is best suited as worker accommodation for outposts, so that's what we'll try to treat this as. I'm going to try to avoid burgage plots here. It is going to have a permanent homeless debuff, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. Wonderful, but everyone here is on the rise. We should also have... Did we take any planks? We did not. That's fine though, we will let them get on with that. Let's kind of map out our next expansion of Eggenhau here. So we shouldn't be too far off that next level now. I wouldn't mind making these guys very high priority. I have been upgrading all episode. Imagine there's just so much construction work going on across the village at the minute, isn't there? It's just taking so long for anyone to get here. And maybe some of these houses closer to the town centre can look at becoming at level 2 plots now. I wouldn't mind some of these larger plots becoming level 2 as well. Let's see how we're doing for clothes now. Hopefully our tailor, wherever we put him, who's over here, wasn't it? Yeah, he's still getting constructed too. We are importing those planks, aren't we? We should be here, yeah. I think there's definitely a bit of a slow in the logistics setup here, isn't there? There's just demand for planks is through the roof, I think. These are nearly done now. I think it's also an issue with reserve as well, and the fact that they just can't stay stocked because they need more oxes. So let's build another hitching post out here too. We'll start to get some more livestock around hopefully as well. Might even start importing some livestock, at least ox as well. So let's go for import oxen, and let's go for a minimum of 10. And we will need the stable space to house them because we don't think we have it at the minute. That's 2 of 2, 1 of 2 there. We have just built another one. So that should be enough storage space, I think, for all the animals. So the market set up here as well. Has this one started to populate yet at all? No, it's still pretty low there, isn't it? Wonderful. Got these big level 3 houses now. Should we take a gander? We kind of walk up into the town. See, they're very impressive, aren't they? Absolutely, just stunningly made asset. Very nice indeed. Look at this. We can pop in here. Run into his house. That's so good. Absolutely fabulous. Walk up to the church here. We can pop into this guy's garden and maybe get a view of the church from all the interiors of these level 3 houses. Oh, look at that for a view. All the township in the back. The little church spire. Special. What a wonderful quality of life improvement that is, right? So we get the lack of entertainment. I'm guessing that might be having requirement, right? Where's our level 2 numbers? Do we have any over here? Yeah, tavern supply is dwindling a little bit. But Bear is having an issue getting to the tavern, despite the fact it's only across the road. Well, there is the next level. Wonderful. New development points. The next one up for that is Large Town. Absolutely delicious. Let's have a look what we can do. So we have currently exhausted and early access the trade tree anyway, so that's that one sorted now. Beyond this, we could also start looking at a deep mine for Eggenhau as well, which would be 2 development points. Beyond that, we then start maybe looking at basic armor making. So we'll enable our armorer to produce helmets, which I'm not really that interested in. We can just import them anyway. Advanced armor making, and then master armor making after that. Don't think we're going to farm here really at all. And again, we do have sheep now, so maybe we do want to grab sheep breeding actually. Okay, let's grab sheep breeding I think, because we are using sheep here. We're up to 8 oxen now too, which is very good. These houses as well near the town centre, I definitely want to be level 2 pretty quickly. Yeah, tavern supply looks like it's drying up a little bit, so I reckon now is another good time for a tavern. So let's do that in residential. And where can you go? Let's find a nice spot for you. How about next to the church? Is that okay? Let's go for... Yeah, let's have it there. Let's have it there. So again, this is nice and nearby to the granary where our ale does eventually make it. Yes, let's get the malt house stocked as well. So you are going to turn our barley into malt, which then needs to go through a brewer artisan, which we can hopefully accommodate in one of these spaces. You're level 2. How about you become our brewery extension? Fantastic, wonderful. That's now going to give Eggenhau its own source of beer, which is wonderful, because that was imported by the wonderful folk at Goldoff, who, speaking of those people, they are now taking that leather all the way back. There we go, they're still bartering. Yeah, they're walking across there, aren't they? You guys want another mule? I think you can have one. I would hate to see you have to walk all that distance every time. It is a trek. I'm not sure what's happening with the flax field here. They always plant that little strip of it. I don't know if that's just lack of hands on the ground. I'm not sure. Have a look at all the craftables here. An enormous amount of flour is being produced here now, isn't it? That's all going to the bakery for endless supplies of bread, which should be getting exported pretty soon. Yep, there we go. Bread and flour both in the trade post. Wonderful news. Are we exporting that flour as well? Let's have a look at the crafting materials. Yeah, well, flour for 3 and bread for 2. Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep trading both here. We could also sell meat here too. And leather, but I guess that's being used for the packmaster, isn't it? So we should be okay. Oh, look at these now. All these fields are in growing as well. So cool. Really fun, isn't it, to watch the fields of Goldoff just endlessly expand around the town. I wouldn't mind doing some more around this farmhouse while we're here, actually. So let's have farming, would get a field. Wouldn't mind drawing a road around the back of the farmhouse either. Let's bring that coach down too. There we go. And then we'll get our field. Up this run. Maybe do a smaller section here. And then from this point up to the edge of the road, we'll have another very large field. And then also up here as well. Fabulous, that's what we like. I'm already seeing that big aesthetic of fields on the edge of the village growing out at me. That's really what I wanted to see for Goldoff. With multiple years of rotation happening here too. Really good fun. These guys are ploughing by hand. So you're getting ready to sort this one out, are you? Where is the ox at this point in the harvest, I wonder? I am quite interested in that. Dirt Heart is transporting. What are you transporting? Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're coming along with the plough now, are you? Okay. He's gonna... What, is he taking him back to the farm to rest, is he? I think he might be. Cool. So this is gonna get more years. There's more barley coming in here too. More wheat. I wouldn't mind having another field of barley if this one is in fallow for this year. That one's in for next. Have a look at our fertility here. Let's stick another year of barley in here. So we'll have barley and fallow and fallow. There we go. What was that? We're getting stocks soaked at Immenruth. Oh, yep. Let's make sure we actually stock these jobs over here. It would be a shame to lose all those after we just paid for them. Fantastic. So they should start moving around now. Transporting all the goods, which then should open some market stalls, which should then increase happiness, but not much beyond that, I don't think. So really what we do want here is, as part of our logistics chain, is for these guys to export. So let's have the pack station here. So the idea here is that we can harvest this, basically make everyone work on the hunting animals. You'll export the leather and probably the meat as well, out to other provinces, and then import via the pack station. We don't know if this is going to work, but we'll hopefully sort of find out together. We'll see if this mechanic is really possible in Manor Lords yet. Wonderful, we also have not enough stable space here. Yeah, I did think we would eventually run into that. Cool. So this new tavern is now starting to be supplied with ale as well. That's very good. How's our malt house doing? You guys are transporting. Hopefully to the malt house. Yes, there we go with more barley. Absolutely delicious. Where's that barley being stored? In the granary? Not entirely sure. I guess it could be on the market as well, couldn't it? Not too sure. There we go. Let's also upgrade the hitching post here too. Keep those animals coming in. And then with this space, I think behind the pub, we'll squeeze in another burger spot. Don't think there's anything else going to go here. We can squeeze this in. There we go. That one's not too bad, is it? We'll have that there. Yeah, these guys' work area is empty. Let's make sure you are still signed up to the berries. Enjoy. We're just going to get another small stable complete, so let's get the other ox in here too. This forestry mechanic is having a ripe old time. You guys are looking for a planting spot? You're having difficulty. It would appear the foresters are having difficulty, actually. I bet you guys stay over here. Actually, they're not really planting new saplings here, are they? I know, I wonder if that was because it was on a gradient. Not entirely sure. They are planting now, though. That wasn't usual. 222 people here now as well. Really want to make sure we get all these guys staffed as soon as possible. Great to see. Lots of military supply coming now as well. Lots of small and large shields, sidearms. I wouldn't mind actually getting some perhaps better armor for them. So let's use our vast regional wealth to do that. So let's come in here. Let's have our military, and we will. Plate armor's going to be best, isn't it? So let's import. We have already got the trade route for this. I don't remember buying that, but that's okay. And then helmets as well. Yeah, I would also like to import them. And I guess let's just do 50 for each. Seems to be a good supply for our military, doesn't it? So that should hopefully start bringing up some better equipment for our military. War isn't too far away now on the horizon, I think, in terms of the grander series. Possibly next episode we'll start looking at maybe declaring war on Hildebart. Taking Wardebrand from him. Cool, malt house still producing malt here as well. Now we should have our brewery, right? The brewery was over here, I believe. Was indeed. So we only need 5 more level 3 burgers pots as well to get up to large town. I imagine that's where these guys are going to follow in. These new level 3s have all managed to stay supplied, haven't they? They have indeed. That's really good. Food and fuel are both still pretty plentiful here as well. And again, with everything that's gone on recently, we probably have forgotten to upgrade all of our burger spots. So I think I will do this off camera for next episode, and just go through and make sure everything here has been upgraded with extensions where we can afford them, chicken coops and vegetable plots. Because we've had such a large population expansion today, we really just want to make sure that we don't collapse under all the weight of those new people, right? We want to make sure that we can feed them, that we can clothe them, we can house them. So that should be good. Our new pasture space, and again, it won't fill the others, I guess, till this one is full, is it? I don't think it will. We do have 500 iron ore. It's pretty insane. Yeah, we're making a ton of leather now. Let's do our processing at the tannery. And of course our import of leather from Goldoff too. There's a lot of it coming from there. I'm just Louis love watching this town centre go up here. So we want to man a couple more stalls here. Yeah, they immediately set up market stalls. I think there's definitely demand for it there, isn't there? Very nice clothing stores coming up available all the time. All of these new houses, or pretty much all of them, yeah. There's still some a little bit pissed off with the clothing and food supply. You guys want some possible market space over here? How about you guys on the edge of town? Yeah, you're not happy at all, are you? But I think that's just proximity to a market. So with market space dwindling, why don't we have a look at setting up a little market store here for the people that live right out on the edge of town? Something like that. I think also, as well as the town grows out now, I can possibly see us relocating a little bit of this industry, and maybe just to the edge of the fields here, around this more industrial part of town. And then we can use all this land here for more housing around the town centre. So I think we'll do that. This is going to be a pretty big operation, so let's delete the Weaver's Workshop. We'll move it over one by one so we don't forget any. So Weaver's Workshop can go right by the sheep farms here. Okay, it's supplied directly from the source. The clay furnace is no longer needed. We are not processing clay, so that can just be outright deleted. The bloomery we absolutely need back for the vast amount of iron that Eggenhau produces. So let's bloom our iron directly out of the mine. This can sit right about here. And then what else do we have over this way? The smithy can also go. And that can be rebuilt over here as well, where those slabs are then processed right here. So this becomes a much more industrial centre. And then over here we are left with some odd roads, which I think will remove. Cool. So like we did with other areas, I think I'd like to keep this tree, just so it functions as a bit of a feature within the town. And then once all these supplies have been moved around and picked up by a number of oxen, which, speaking of, we have more room here for another. No, that's already full, isn't it? God. I feel like we could do with a larger, like a barn. An animal barn would be a good building to have, wouldn't it? There's just so much storage space for animals. So with that in mind, then if people want more animals, let's give the people what they want. We'll have another hitching post. Guess we'll just have it next door to the existing one. It seems fair enough, doesn't it? Loving the little new door animations on the storage buildings. This is very nice. That's really cute. Wonderful, yeah. So there's those helmets coming in now. Although it looks like our spear militia, they're only going to wear the gambazins and chainmail, aren't they? Or does that mean the heavy armor has gone to the militia or the retinue? I think it does, doesn't it? So let's have a little review of that actually. With the military, don't import the plate armor. Let's go with mail armor instead. Let's import this at a value of 50 again. And that should hopefully start giving some supplies to our trading outpost as well. Have a look at the tailor's workshop, who's focusing on gambazins, which is fine. I'm guessing cloaks is a tier 4 commodity, is it? Yeah, you can be satisfied for level 3 housing. That's okay. Let's also stop importing the ox now as well. We have enough of them. And I guess let's go for more sheep too, right? Let's go for like 50 sheep. Let's really start filling out those pasture spaces. Maybe even more than that. Let's go for like 100. Screw it. We've got the pasture space here. Why not? Let's get it used. Cool. So all these buildings now that are popping up can be remanned. 2 in the bloomery, 2 in the smithy, and definitely 3 in that weaver's workshop as well to keep those clothes coming in as population expands up to 226 now. Maybe 24 of those being retinue. So definitely want some more burgage plots along here. Certainly facing onto the King's Road. I think would be nice as you come into the town. So how about there? Yeah, let's do those. I think leaving that oak tree in the middle of the village is going to be pretty cool, isn't it? I think it should be. Cool, so they've moved those other planks now. Let's go ahead and get the last of the burgage plots in. Oh, look at that, yeah. Nice, weird shapes. Perfect, just what we like. Yeah, I think on years where we're not sending barley from gold off, it definitely needs to be imported in probably greater quantities now we have the malt house. How are our families getting on here? Yeah, still waiting to harvest this year's harvest, aren't you? Which is very cool. I think we'll set up these fields as and when we need them. I think for right now we have enough going on, don't we? Which we probably should explore. It's got decent regional wealth here now too, hasn't it? Let's make sure all of that is spent. We should have... Yeah, I want lots of vegetable plots here. So, very much a big farming orientated settlement. Get all those vegetable plots here. That's our bakery, that's our Fletcher's shop. Yeah, we should probably build you guys a pub, shouldn't we? And how are you guys doing over here for market space and whatnot? We did these last episode, didn't we, these houses? Yeah. Again, vegetable plots here. Vegetable and chicken, why they're a little bit larger, I suppose. Oh, raiders. Wonderful. We've not seen raiders for a long time. Hello, boys. Hello, people. Where are we? Where are we? Over here. What is it, 4 of you? Okay. Where are you going to approach from? Who are you going to attack? You're coming for gold off, aren't you? Right. All of the merry men now need to rally. Immediately in gold off. Can I tell you to rally here? I can, can't I? Okay, oh, are you going to make it in time? Are you going to make it in time? The possibility they might not. We might be about to watch gold off just get burnt to the ground. We'll have to wait and see. We've got all the people marching to war. Gold off is under attack, everyone. We lost some footage and I went to check an autosave and it's loaded us in halfway through the fight with the bandits, so we will pick up from here. Our retinue and archers are just on the outside here. It actually looks like some of our guys are about to get stuck into hand-to-hand combat here. Let's make sure we pull the archers back. Make sure they get stuck into the spearmen here. We'll have the archers firing into their backs. All these new spears and shields and helmets we've been crafting over the episode now in use. Oh, we'll look at that, executed. Right in there. We'd love to see it. Fantastic. So we seem to be winning on both fronts. We're cutting through quite a lot of their men. Yeah, the archers are shooting them in the back here. You can definitely tell they've had a nerve. And then again, we are getting kills. A kill count would be incredibly useful for the units. Bring the retinue up to the side here. I think that arch unit, he might as well just go home. He's gonna... he's too late. We're gonna have won this fight, I think, by the time it's over. The peasants absolutely panicking. Herman is terrified. He's just losing his mind. Nice, these guys are broken here now. His archers getting shots in the back of the bandits. These guys have won. Influence gained. Wonderful. We've got 3,000 influence now. That is exactly what we needed, and that is the raid successfully defended. We will now have a village full of bodies. If we examine our fields, we'll be well fertilized for next year anyway. Next year's grain harvest comes with tiny little bits of enemy archer in it. So everyone can go home now. That was pretty well defended. Make sure we grab everyone as well. So let's send these guys back to their home province. Line up by the fields, and then we can disband you when you get home. So we can pretty easily fend off 4 raiders there, can't we? Let's make sure we got someone at the church too to bury the bodies here. Let's take them out of the tannery right now. You guys should have plenty of clothes. Yeah, there we go. That's a great screenshot there, isn't it? The militia of Eggenau coming out to defend Gordoff, who supply their barley for them. Isn't that just magical? What a wonderful little historical tale and battle we've just had there, right? Big moment in the survival guide, everyone. Huge history happening right before our eyes, isn't it? Really love to see it. So, well defended, boys. And I think we will leave the episode there, guys, on that bombshell. It's like, the Lord's like, wait up, boys! So we will leave the episode there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So glad you're enjoying all the Manor Lords content on the channel. It's so nice to see all your comments every week on everything we're playing. Oh, the Lord can't get over the banner. God damn it. I wanted the Lord to walk with the soldiers. Hold on, let's catch them in the flax fields. There we go. He's like, wait for me! He's, oh my god. The Lord caught up with us. They tried to leave like early without him, but he caught up. Anyway, thank you for watching and enjoying the Manor Lords content. Everyone, the survival guide continues to go on. And at next episode, with that 3,000 influence, I reckon we might press claim against Waldebrand and start taking on the Lord's armies now. Our men are got taste for blood, basically, right? That was the 3rd raid successfully defended as the armies leave Gordoff. I love this game so much. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in instant gaming and Patreon, 2 ways to support the channel down below. It really does help to support the work we do here. As always, those likes, comments and shares below really help the channel to grow. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. As always, enjoy the rest of your day.